Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium singles video here on iStarLead TV. This is part of my Road to Master series where I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium singles ladder. And if I'm being honest, I actually just realized that this is the last day of the season. We are at the end of November now, which is really crazy. That month went by really fast. And that means we're coming into December, which means a brand new season. However, I need to double check on this. I actually haven't checked yet. I don't think there's a new rule set for December. So even though the DLC comes out in 2 weeks, I think exactly 2 weeks from today, I think. Even though the DLC comes out in about 2 weeks, I believe the rule set will likely be the same. Because it would be weird if they said, oh, December is a new rule set where you can use, all the returning Pokemon like Blaziken and blah, 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 even though they're not yet in the game. I don't know. I mean, I would love that. I would love for that to be the case, but I don't know. We'll see. Because last time when the DLC came out, there was that weird thing where they said that the new rule set, because it came out in the middle of the month, the new rule set was going to be the following month. However, they randomly allowed us to use the new Pokemon like Ogerpon early. So maybe they'll do that. That'd be awesome. But anyways, sorry for that tangent. We have a new team today. This is a team that I've been working on Pokemon Showdown on the ladder, and it's been doing decently well for me. The team, as you'll notice, has Staraptor and Pawmot. So that's kind of how I conceptualized the team. That's kind of how I started with the team when I built it. And we have Staraptor, which is Choice Banded, and this is a Pokemon that I have always loved. Choice Banded, Reckless, Adamant Nature Staraptor. It deals so much damage. Sadly, in this generation, it doesn't feel like it hits quite as hard as it used to. I think there's a lot of really bulky things out there and a lot of good Pokemon that resist it, like, rock types and steel types. However, it can still do a ton of damage, and in testing, I maybe don't bring it all the time, but when I do bring it, when it looks good against a certain team, it can really catch them out of nowhere. Like they are not expecting to get like 1-hit KO'd or 2-hit KO'd by this thing, and it just does massive damage kind of out of nowhere. So, that's where I started. I wanted to build around Staraptor because it's honestly one of my favorite 4th gen Pokemon, and I like that it's really strong. From there, my thought was like, oh, maybe I bring Pawmot because of the move Revival Blessing, which is a move that hasn't really seen much competitive play. I have used it a little bit in the earlier stages of Scarlet and Violet. It's an interesting move. It's a one-time use move, and it revives one of your teammates at 50% health, which is crazy. So my thought process was like, okay, I'll maybe in some cases lead Staraptor, get off a ton of damage with Brave Bird, get off, maybe get a knockout or two, and then obviously Staraptor faints really easily because of all that Brave Bird recoil. And then I can go into Pawmot at some point later and revive Staraptor to do more damage again. The funny thing is, the team hasn't really been playing out that way. I've brought Staraptor in multiple occasions, and it's been good. And I've also brought Pawmot in a lot of situations, and it's been surprisingly good as well. But it's never really worked out the way I envisioned it, where it's like I bring Staraptor, I get a knockout, and then later on I revive it. That hasn't really played out. I actually, if anything, I feel like I've revived more, or I've revived other Pokemon aside from Staraptor. So, yeah. Anyways, that's kind of the thought process. But with Pawmot, Double Shock and a Terra Electric type, if you are Terra Electric, because Double Shock is another exclusive move in this game. Double Shock does 120 damage, physical damage. It has no recoil, so it has no downside. But the drawback is once you use the move, you lose out on your electric typing, and you can only use this move if you are an electric type. So basically it's like a one-time use move that does massive damage. However, we are Terra Electric, and one way to get around that drawback with Double Shock is to Terrastalize. So if you Terrastalize into an electric type, you are still an electric type, and Double Shock will not lose your electric type if you are Terrastalized. So basically, once you are Terrastalized into an electric type, you can just spam Double Shock, and it does a lot of damage. It's great. Pawmot's another cool Pokemon. With Focus Sash, it can survive a hit from anything. Mach Punch has been great against, Chien Pao. It threatens Chien Pao, stuff like that. It's also decent. This Pokemon's also decent against Flutter Mane because we can survive a hit from it and do a lot of damage with Double Shock. So yeah, Pawmot's been feeling really good. Pawmot's abilities, it has Volt Absorb or Iron Fist. They're both pretty situational, and they both can be very good in certain situations. I think Iron Fist is generally just the better one because it boosts the power of your Mach Punch. But if you're expecting electric types, I guess Volt Absorb could be good as well. And that's the thing, is Iron Fist only boosts Mach Punch. So, if you're not going to use Mach Punch that much, Iron Fist doesn't do that much, but you might as well. Then we have my bulky Flutter Mane that I've used in the past. It's max HP, max defense with 4 speed EV, so that speed is its highest stat, which means we get a speed boost with booster energy. So this is like a setup Flutter Mane. It's good against like maybe bulkier, slower Pokemon, though not so good against other Pokemon like opposing Flutter Manes and maybe even like Chien-Pao. Although we outspeed them, so maybe. But anyways, yeah, so that's the thought process with that. Then we have my trusty Espeon. This is an Espeon build that I had on my previous team that I featured with Galarian Moltres. It's a build that I came up with myself. It's Choice Scarf, max special attack modest, with just enough speed to outspeed Pokemon like Flutter Mane and Chien-Pao with the Choice Scarf. And then the rest of it is in defense just to take hits better against, common threats. And it's been working really well, notably because of Magic Bounce. And really, Magic Bounce is the reason I conceptualized this Espeon set. And since I have this team with Staraptor, and of course Staraptor is weak to Stealth Rock, Pawmot is a Pokemon that does not want hazards on the field because, it has a Focus Sash, so it doesn't want that to be broken. Espeon has been pretty good against Pokemon that would set up hazards like Tinglu and Glimora and stuff like that, even Annihilape. Actually, a lot of the common Pokemon that set up hazards, Espeon's pretty good against them. And, you might think, oh, well, Espeon's not good against Tinglu because it's a dark type, but we do have Dazzling Gleam, and what we end up doing against Tinglu is actually going for Trick, and they typically don't expect it, which is huge. And then typically Tinglu doesn't have like a strong dark type move. They usually have like Ruination and then like Earthquake. So yeah, we're just in a great spot against that. So I've been loving this Espeon. Then I have my lead Annihilape set that I like to run for situations where maybe I don't want to bring Espeon and I actually want to get up rocks for myself. Annihilape's a great Pokemon against other hazard setters like Empoleon, which is sometimes a thing, and also just a solid Pokemon overall. Finally, we have the trusty Corviknight build that I've been using in a lot of my recent teams. Shout out to, I think their name is El Otto. Correct me if I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but again, there's someone who, they've been watching my videos, so shout out to them because they built a cool team with Corviknight and Hisuian Decidueye, Crawdaunt, Fezandipiti, and I featured that team a few videos ago, so check that out if you haven't already. And it was just an awesome team, and I've just loved this Corviknight set, because Corviknight's a great Pokemon in general, and this is a set that has been, it's felt really good. So now, to be honest, when I've been testing with this team, I've actually been using dual Wing Beat instead of Iron Head, so Iron Head's a good move too. I forgot about that when I was building this, but I'm gonna leave it. We're gonna try Iron Head here and see how it does. But that is the team. Sorry that was a little long, but there's a lot of different intricacies to talk about. There's the team code if you want to try it out. Let us get to games. Once again, this is the end of the season, so we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm already in Master Ball rank, but I don't really care about my rank anyways. But anyways, Pawmot looks good here. They do have Clodsire, which I absolutely despise. Espeon's good against Clodsire, but it's actually very good against Clodsire. But the thing is, if they lead with one of their dark types, we're in trouble. Espeon also does not love going up against, what's it called? Ogerpon. And for that matter, Iron Bundle. I get all these names mixed up. Iron Bundle's also decent against Espeon. So I do want to bring Espeon. I think I will still. Although Stealth Rock is also pretty good against this team. I'm kind of tempted to lead Annihilape and then bring Espeon, and then I guess the main question I should have asked that I typically do is how good is Staraptor here, and it's actually okay. However, with Chien-Pao and Iron Bundle, it's not really, it's not okay. So maybe I won't bring those. And then also, how's Corviknight? The funny thing is, Corviknight's usually really good against all these physical attackers, but they have 2 fire types, so I do not like that. I think we'll just bring Flutter Mane. Flutter Mane's just a good, well-rounded Pokemon, and we can kind of take hits, accordingly. They don't have anything that's super effective against Fairy, so, I guess maybe they could have some Pokemon that have Steel-type moves, but it's possible we would want to Terrastalize Flutter Mane. Another thing that because I built these individual Pokemon separately, and then I just kind of pieced them together to make this team like in cart, I guess you could say. And on Showdown, when I was testing, I had Terra Normal on my Flutter Mane, so this is kind of awkward. But anyways, they lead Clodsire, which is great for us. I actually am surprised by that. I wonder what they thought I would lead with, because pretty much all the Pokemon that, at least in my eyes, are pretty solid leads, Annihilape, Espeon, and Staraptor, are all really good against Clodsire, so I actually am surprised that they led with it. If anything, I'm kind of surprised they brought it, but we get a free taunt here. It looks like they're expecting that because they're kind of thinking there. But taunting Clodsire is great because it's not a strong Pokemon. It doesn't do a lot of damage. So if they're just going to go, oh, they have Mental Herb? No way, that's annoying. I was going to say if they just go for like Earthquake, we should take that really well. So I'm going to taunt again if they stay in. If they don't stay in, what's the worst they could do? If they switch, the best thing they could do is go into one of their strong Pokemon like Chi-Yu or Ogerpon, because those can deal a lot of damage to Annihilape. I think I just taunt, though. I mean, I could try to predict and go for a move, but I don't know if that's worth it, because if they stay in and I just Drain Punch, that's really awful for me. So really annoying turn 1 here. I do wish that I had led with Espeon, but I brought it in the back. But the thing that sucks is now they have gotten up their Stealth Rocks, and Espeon's Magic Bounce isn't doing anything against them. They get off the Intimidate here. We're going to get the taunt on the Landorus, which I'm fine with, because if they're just going to attack me with like Earthquake, I don't really care. Like, I guess it'll do decent damage, but whatever. Like, you know, you can, I kind of just want them to switch here. I guess this will reveal what their set is. So given that they're thinking, I wonder if they're like, I don't know, Swords Dance or something, or even like Rock Polish, I think is what Landorus gets. Or Substitute. Like, given that they're thinking here, I feel like the taunt did get them. Like, I feel like they're not happy about having been taunted. Okay, this reveals that we are faster than them, which is important information. We get up our rocks. They go for Earthquake. I do not have Corviknight. That does a lot of damage. That does so much damage. At this point, I think I just let my Annihilape faint here, because it's not great against, really, honestly, the rest of their team. I mean, taunting their Clodsire would be nice, but I mean, I don't want to keep Annihilape around just for that. So my plan here, I'm just going to go for Rage Fist, get off a little bit of damage, get knocked out to whatever move they go for, and then, or buy whatever move they go for, and then I guess we'll have to see how much damage this does. It does okay damage, actually, and they do not have, like, Rocky Helmet or anything. So I'm tempted to go into Espeon and click Psychic. But the problem with that is, I think we have to think ahead here. If we go into Espeon, we might be able to kill their Landorus with Psychic, and even if we don't, it's possible we survive an Earthquake unless they're like Choice Banded. Because I could go Flutter Mane, and I think I definitely live a hit, but I'm less powerful that way. I could Calm Mind, which could help us in the future. Huh. I sounded like that cat meme. I'm gonna go Espeon here. Worst case scenario is, like, if we get a knockout against them, against Landorus, then they can go into one of their dark types. But both of their dark types are weak to Stealth Rock, so that's pretty decent for us. And of course, if they switch into like Clodsire, or if their last Pokemon is like Ogerpon or Iron Bundle, that's great for us. This also, yeah, that's annoying. Oh, that actually is really annoying because we might not get to kill them now. Maybe, but probably not. I was going to say, well, we also get to conceal the fact that we're Choice, because Espeon would be faster than Landorus anyway. So, I mean, the thing is, if they have a dark type, they're going to go into it anyway, right? Because unless it's Chi-Yu, they might be scared. With Landorus being that low, I think we're confident we can knock it out later. So we're confident that Landorus is basically as good as dead. The real problem is who their third Pokemon is, because, again, if it's not a dark type, I think we're in a really good spot. It is one of the dark types, okay. They're going to take Stealth Rock damage, and I definitely don't want to switch. Look how small Espeon is. It's kind of cute. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I have to. I'm just going to click Psychic, honestly. Yeah, they Sucker Punch. That's fine. Like, we couldn't really have done too much else against that. Now what I can do though is go into Flutter Mane. We are faster than them. I wonder if just a Moonblast right off the bat knocks them out. We're max HP and max defense. We could take a huge risk here and Calm Mind. The bad thing about that situation is if they go for Icicle Crash, because it'll do a lot of damage. I wonder if we Terrastallize, because if they're just gonna Sucker Punch again, I think it's pretty obvious. Like, a lot of Flutter Manes these days don't just run like 4 attacks. They usually have like Thunder Wave or Taunt. So I kind of feel like my opponent will probably expect like a Thunder Wave. Oh wow, they switch. Okay, well they're gonna go into Clodsire probably. This will let us taunt it, but then they can just spam Earthquake. So had I gone for Calm Mind, that would have actually been the right play, because I would have gotten to boost my special attack, which would help me against the rest of their team. So I'm gonna definitely taunt here. They might not expect it, but at the same time, once again, like, you know, Flutter Mane typically does run taunt. If I'm gonna be best positioned against Qian Pao, let's see how much this does first. I mean, Clodsire is really tanky from the special side, so we're not really expecting a lot from that. I think I have to taunt. Because if they have like Toxic, it sucks, because if they just go Earthquake here, it feels like the taunt was wasted, but typically Clodsire has Recover as well, so we want to make sure that they can't do that. Oh, they have Yawn, perfect, okay. Shadow Ball's not going to do that much, but I think I have to go for it. Just, if we get like a special defense drop, it's possible we 2-hit KO them, and if we can do that, that's fantastic. Oh, we do! That's perfect. Earthquake, I definitely live this, but the important thing to note is like, how well do I take it? Now, we might get a knockout here. If we do, that's huge. If we don't, we're probably gonna lose, to be honest. Like, we will end up killing this Clodsire with our Flutter Mane. Oh, no way. Oh, that's so annoying. Yeah, because like, we're definitely surviving this, but the thing is now it's more likely that their Qian Pao knocks us out with a Sucker Punch. We do resist it now. We're no longer a we're no longer a Fairy and Ghost type. So instead of taking neutral damage from the Sucker Punch, we now resist it fully. But Qian Pao's so strong. I don't know. I mean, we do have max HP, max defense. There's a lot of factors here. If they just go Qian Pao and they don't Terrastallize, well, that's the other thing. Because they can still Terrastallize, so I think we're going to lose. They go into Landorus, though. Interesting. This thing should go down to a Moonblast, so they're just kind of like, if we do lose this, it's gonna be closer than, you know. I mean, there's a chance we don't kill it. Oh, they're Terra. Oh, is it Terra Steel, dude? Oh my god. Battle number 50,000, where my opponent has the perfect Terra type for the situation. Like, I mean, Terra Steel on Landorus. Oh man, oh, that sucks. I had a chance to win this. I absolutely had a chance to win this. I probably do survive. Not this. I'm dead here. I lose. But I was gonna say I probably do survive the Sucker Punch from Qian Pao. So like, if they didn't have this magical perfect Terra type, it feels like that always happens. Now I hate to complain like that, because it feels like every time I lose to a Terra, like it's true though. It's hard not to feel that way. Like, they just happen to have the one Terra type that wins them the game, basically, that stops me from killing them. Because I don't think, from what I know, I don't think Terra Steel is that common on Landorus. It makes sense though. I mean, you know, Landorus is a bulky Pokemon with Intimidate, and it already has amazing stats all across the board. So just kind of like, I guess, and something else that makes sense is Landorus is 4 times weak to Ice, and of course, Steel resists Ice. So that makes sense. It's just, it's hard not to be annoyed by that, especially losing to a Clodsire. I absolutely hate that. But anyways, we lost that one. We were on the back foot for most of it, so you know, it's that's kind of where it was trending. But there was that glimmer of hope. If they did not have Terra Steel on their Lando, honestly, there's still a chance we would have lost though, because then if their Qian Pao has like a Terra type, like Terra Electric or Terra like Ice or something, there's a chance we don't kill them with Moonblast. So I don't know. Interesting stuff. Let's go to game 2. We have game 2 here, and my opponent's team is interesting. I want to get up Stealth Rock here. It's funny because their whole team is weak to Staraptor except for that Garganacl, and I feel like they're gonna bring Garganacl. I'm kind of tempted to still bring Staraptor though. If we do, we might want to bring it in the back though, because like Ursaluna, we want to get up some Stealth Rock. I think we can lead Annihilape here because their team does look somewhat weak to Stealth Rock, and even if they happen to lead with like Garganacl, we can just taunt it, so I don't really care about that. Corviknight's great against I think Corviknight's pretty good here too. However, if we bring Corviknight, we're pretty weak to that Ogerpon. You know, to be honest, my team overall is pretty weak to Ogerpon. However, I do have the Terra Dragon on Corviknight. That's the main reason for that. And Terra Dragon looks like a decent Terra here, except against that Flutter Mane. So, I mean, I want to show off Staraptor. I love me some Staraptor. You know, I brought it. I might put it on the thumbnail, so let's try it out here. It might be awful. We'll see. We'll see, everyone. You know, the benefit of leading with it is sometimes they're unprepared, and if they pick the wrong lead, you can just sometimes get a free kill out of nowhere. But the benefit of like keeping it in the back is they're maybe not expecting it as much. They lead Urshifu, which I feel like they expected me to lead Annihilape. I think I just fire off these rocks right away. Worst case scenario though is that they go for like Swords Dance predicting this. I am tempted to taunt, but they're naturally faster than me, so if they just go Swords Dance first, oh, we are faster than them, okay. We'll see what happens here. I'm afraid of them Swords Dancing. Swordsing dance? Swords dancing? Sounds weird. All right, they're gonna do a lot of damage. They're not gonna kill me, but they're almost going to kill me. So if they just Aqua Jet, we're probably dead, and we definitely don't want to Terrasilize this early in the game. However, I wonder... Oh, okay, so Annihilape is 4 speed points faster than my Staraptor, and my Annihilape is faster than their Urshifu. So I wonder if we are actually faster. Like if our Staraptor is faster, because if it is, we can do a lot of damage here. Yeah, they go Aqua Jet. We don't have any chance of living that. We were Terra Water, but I don't think it makes any sense to Terrasilize there because then we just waste it. Because we would survive the Aqua Jet at that point, and I could go for like Drain Punch to heal, but I don't think that's worth it. I don't know, actually. Well, like I said, you know, if they brought Ogerpon, you know, we kind of need the Terra for Corviknight. So, gonna go into Staraptor here. If we're faster, which is possibly the case, we can get a kill. Well, I'm not even certain about that. But also, since we have Stealth Rock, if they go into Dragonite, they're gonna take massive damage as well. I am tempted to Terrasilize here, but again, Ogerpon. So we'll see what happens now. I feel like they're gonna expect this. They're gonna expect me to click Brave Bird and just do massive damage. Because I guess why else would you bring Staraptor? But again, there's a chance we're faster than them because Annihilape was faster, but our Annihilape was 4 speed points. So basically, if their Urshifu's speed is between 153 and... Oh, they're Terrastilizing. If they go Terra Water, we might not kill, especially if they're bulky, which... Terra Ghost, okay. I mean, what did they think I was gonna go for? Close combat? Why would I go close combat? If we can somehow kill them here, this is absolutely huge. Because we will... Oh, their Sash. Oh, come on. And then they kill me with Surging Strike. We're off to a really bad start now because we have Corviknight left. I mean, Corviknight can definitely take down Urshifu, but... I wonder, what are the odds that they go for a fighting type move? Because I wonder if I just Terrasilize now. Funny thing is, if I Terrasilize now, then if they have Flutter Mane, they win. Really off to a rough start here. If I Terrasilize, so the benefit of Terrasilizing is I survive Surging Strike like really, really well because I resist it. The problem with that is if I Terrasilize now, they just go into Flutter Mane and probably just GG at that point. But if I do not Terrasilize, we take a lot of damage from Surging Strikes. I think I have to just not Terrasilize because honestly, oh, okay. I mean, this does suck. We don't want them to be doing this, but luckily for me, I didn't go for like, you know, bulk up or anything there. So basically, if we hit Terrasilize, we pretty much lose against Flutter Mane or Ursaluna. because they both just do so much damage and we don't resist their moves anymore. So I think that's like important to keep in mind. So they go into this. So now this is why we did this. Now the problem here is we can't bulk up. So we're going to just be taking their hits, you know, unprotected, I guess. Body press should still do decent damage though. I guess if they have Leech Seed, that's a huge problem, but we're probably, honestly, let's be honest here, we're probably going to lose, but I'm going to do my best to not lose. What else can we say about this? But like I said, I mean, it's pretty likely they have either Flutter Mane or Ursaluna, and again, if that is the case, what else can we do? Like if we don't Terrasilize here, we're dead. And if we do Terrasilize here and they have Flutter Mane or Ursaluna, we are probably dead. I think we're still taunted. Yeah, we are. So unfortunately, Body Press doesn't kill, but after this, we can go for Roost. My biggest fear is if they have like Leech Seed, definitely, or even like Swords Dance. But luckily for me, we resist Horn Leech, we resist that, we resist Woodhammer, I'll take it. All right. Oh, we just knock him out. Never mind, that's funny. To be quite honest, I kind of didn't want that. Unless their last Pokemon's Dragonite, even then that's scary. I hope it's if it's Garganacl, I think we actually can win this. But if it's anything else, I think we lose. I kind of didn't want to knock it out. It's Flutter Mane. Now I do have Iron Head, so I think I just have to click Iron Head. Like, I don't want to get cute with it and try to start setting up. I'm just going to click Iron Head. I probably do not kill them, but we'll see. Moonblast probably just kills me, and I think 100% of Flutter Manes run Moonblast. Why wouldn't they? Yeah, there we go. Is that a crit? No. All right, GG's everyone. Let's see. Because I was thinking, like, it's funny that I knocked out the Ogerpon with a critical hit. The funny thing is, I was kind of hoping I didn't do that because it would give me a turn to set up Roost and just kind of maybe start setting up bulk ups. But I don't know if that mattered. Like, you know, we were kind of close to full health there, and we still got destroyed by the Moonblast. I don't know. We were actually closer to half health. I don't know, dude. All right, so there are the games for today. I'm sorry they were not great games. I did my best. You know, I did my best, and I just wanted to get a video out. Unfortunately, I have some work to do, so I can't keep going, even though I'd love to. So I really apologize that if the games weren't amazing today, but hopefully I got to showcase this team to some degree. It is a lot of fun. It does feel like I was having a pretty good run with it on ladder, and I was, you know, getting some good wins against high-ranked players and stuff. But then there are also games where it just feels like the team is not amazing. So it kind of depends, but it's been a fun team, and I hope that, you know, you can try it out for yourself if you're interested, because it is using a few different Pokemon. And since we're at the end of the season, I just wanted to try something different, and so that's why I threw this out there. Next time I'll try to get better games. You know, it's always hit or miss with these battles sometimes, but it's still a lot of fun. And like I said, if I'm being completely honest, sorry, I don't know why I said it like that. The meta is feeling kind of stale. It's like every team has either Urshifu, Flutter Mane, Dragonite, Gold, you know, like there's so many Pokemon that are just so good, and like every team has at least one or two, often even three of them. So it feels hard to to build unique Pokemon, but I've been doing my best, and it's been a lot of fun either way. The meta is feeling a little stale at some points, but pretty soon we'll get some life breathed into it with the new DLC, all of the returning starters, all of the other returning Pokemon that are coming back, as well as some new Pokemon, and a lot of returning legendaries as well. So the meta should be shaken up pretty significantly within the next month, or whenever the new rule set goes live. So I'm excited for that. I'm super excited. I'm definitely going to be building around a bunch of Pokemon at that point. So let me know in the comments what you are most excited for from the Indigo Disc DLC. And let me know what you thought of Pawmot and Staraptor. I know they didn't get the best showing here, but we still love them, right? Let me know in the comments if you still love them. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time.